Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just have to tell you, my heart has been on an absolute roller coaster lately, watching the situation between Michael Corinthos and Willow Kane. When you have watched these families grow, struggle, and love for as long as I have, you start to feel like you know them personally. And right now, the mess that Michael and Willow find themselves in is one of the most deeply emotional and complicated journeys I have ever witnessed. You see, when two people share children, they are bound together by an invisible, unbreakable thread. They share sweet little Wiley and precious Amelia, and because of those beautiful babies, Michael and Willow have an eternal connection. No matter how much anger, betrayal, or hurt sits between them, they simply cannot just walk away from one another. As any mother or grandmother knows, the children always come first, and that shared love for the little ones creates a bond that even the deepest resentments cannot fully destroy. What really caught my attention and touched my heart recently is how Michael is handling the massive pile of wreckage between them. He had every opportunity and frankly all the ammunition he needed to completely ruin Willow in family court. He had the hard evidence right there in his hands. He could have taken those kids, shut the door, and left Willow out in the cold, but he did not do it. Instead of going in for the kill, Michael chose a path that is so incredibly telling about the man he has become and the lingering feelings he still holds deep in his chest. He knows that Willow, despite all her glaring flaws and the terrible mistakes she has made, truly and deeply loves those children. He knows that Wiley and Amelia adore their mother. So, instead of a brutal court battle, Michael made the decision to move Willow into the gatehouse on the property. Now, let us just pause and think about the reality of the gatehouse arrangement for a moment, because it is absolutely fascinating to me. It is the classic American situation of being caught between a rock and a hard place. By putting Willow in the gatehouse, Michael is keeping her at arm's length, yet she is still right there in his backyard. He can keep a very close, watchful eye on her, making sure she does not step out of line, while still allowing the children to have their mother safely in their lives. But imagine the emotional toll that takes on both of them. They are living mere footsteps away from each other. He can probably see the lights of the gatehouse from his bedroom window at night. She can see him playing with the kids in the yard. It is a constant daily reminder of the family they used to be and the shattered pieces they are currently trying to navigate. It is a delicate, painful dance they are doing every single day. And bless her heart, Willow has certainly given us plenty of reasons to be frustrated with her. She has made some choices that just make you want to shake your head and sigh. But the one thing I will always defend about her is her fierce, undeniable, motherly instinct. She is a mother bear when it comes to Wiley and Amelia. Even when she is drowning in her own poor decisions, her compass always points back to her babies. I think that is something so many of us can relate to. We all know someone, or perhaps we have even been that someone, who has messed up terribly in life, but still fiercely loves their family. Michael sees that in her, too. He sees the good mother buried underneath the complicated, flawed woman, and that is why he just cannot bring himself to completely sever the tie. But we cannot talk about this situation without addressing the elephant in the room, which is the heavy, painful history involving Sasha Gilmore Corbin and little Daisy Corinthos. My goodness, my heart just aches when I think about it. Willow was the driving force that pushed Sasha and Michael's youngest daughter, Daisy, right out of town. Because of Willow's actions, Michael has been separated from his precious little girl. He has had to miss out on so many of Daisy's milestones, those irreplaceable moments that a father cherishes forever. The resentment Michael must feel over losing that time with his youngest daughter has to be boiling inside him like a kettle on a hot stove. It is a profound loss, and the fact that he is still allowing Willow to live on his property after she caused him such deep grief speaks volumes about the conflicted, tangled mess of emotions in his heart. Speaking of tangled emotions, I have to talk about the sheer undeniable energy between Michael and Willow right now. The internet and all the fan pages have been buzzing like a beehive about the incredible chemistry between these two, and I completely agree with every word. Have you noticed it? Even when they are standing in a room, glaring at each other and arguing until they are blue in the face, there is a fiery electric current running between them. You can practically cut the tension with a knife. It is a well-known truth in life that the opposite of love is not hate, it is indifference. And these two are anything but indifferent. Underneath all that yelling and finger pointing, there is a desperate, suppressed passion. It is as if deep down in their souls, they just want to tear each other's clothes off and forget all the pain for just one moment. If the story continues down this path, and I strongly suspect it will, we are heading straight for a massive emotional explosion. I can just picture it now. A stormy evening, a heated confrontation right there in the living room of the gatehouse. They are shouting about the past, about Sasha, about the kids, pouring all their grief and frustration out into the open. And then the dam finally breaks. All that pent-up anger transforms into raw, unbridled passion. It is the classic scenario of angry, desperate romance, where the only way to silence the pain is to surrender to the physical connection they have always shared. Whether it happens in the bedroom, or they simply cannot make it past the sofa or the floor, that kind of intense, fiery encounter feels absolutely inevitable. It is messy, it is complicated, and it is so wonderfully human. Of course, we all know what happens the morning after a night like that. The sun comes up, reality comes crashing back in, and the panic sets in. I can easily see both Michael and Willow scrambling to put their emotional walls back up, desperately trying to sweep the whole encounter under the rug. They will probably tell themselves and each other that it was a massive mistake, a momentary lapse in judgment fueled by stress and anger. They will try to go back to their corners, back to the cold, distant co-parenting arrangement they had planned. But life, especially in Port Charles, rarely lets you get away with sweeping things under the rug. You simply cannot unring a bell, and a night of passion that intense is bound to leave a lasting mark on their lives. This brings me to the most shocking and thrilling possibility of all. What if the writers decide to turn this story completely upside down and give us a consequence that lasts a lifetime? What if Willow ends up pregnant from that one night of angry passion? Just imagine the sheer shock of it. Picture Willow standing in the bathroom of that gatehouse, staring down at a little plastic test with 2 pink lines, her heart dropping to her stomach while simultaneously fluttering with a strange, terrifying hope. An unexpected baby arriving right in the middle of this chaotic, broken family dynamic would change absolutely everything. It would force them to stop running from their feelings and face the reality of their connection head on. For Michael, the news of a new baby would be an incredibly bittersweet revelation. On one hand, he has been carrying this heavy, agonizing grief over missing out on little Daisy's life. He lost the chance to be there for his youngest daughter's daily milestones because of Willow's actions. But now, the universe might be handing him a second chance, a brand new baby to raise from day one. The profound irony is that this second chance is being given to him by the exact same woman who caused his previous heartbreak. It is a true test of forgiveness and redemption. Would Michael be able to look past the pain of losing time with Daisy and embrace the miracle of a new child with Willow? I truly believe he would, because Michael has a good heart, and the love of a father is a powerful healing force. For Willow, a new pregnancy could be the ultimate path to redemption. She has carried so much guilt for the family she broke apart, and now she might be given the chance to help build it back together. A baby is a symbol of hope, a blank slate, and a promise for the future. I think Willow would see this unexpected child as a sign that she and Michael are meant to be a family, that fate is stepping in to fix what they broke. She would pour every ounce of her fierce motherly love into proving to Michael that she can be the partner and the mother their family needs. It would be a long, hard road to rebuild that trust, but a new life has a funny way of softening even the hardest of hearts. And let us not forget about sweet Wiley and Amelia. Those children love their parents, and having their mother living out in the gatehouse has to be confusing and sad for them. The arrival of a new little brother or sister could be the very thing that brings everyone back under one roof. You cannot easily maintain a bitter feud when you are picking out cribs, painting a nursery, and feeling a little baby kick. The shared joy and responsibility of a new child would force Michael and Willow to lay down their weapons and start working as a true team again. It would bind them together in a way that even their past mistakes could not tear apart. In the end, it seems to me that Michael and Willow might just have to stop fighting fate. They can build all the walls they want, they can set up all the boundaries and gatehouse rules in the world, but if they are meant to be a family, the universe will find a way to push them back together. I, for one, am sitting on the edge of my seat, eagerly waiting to see how this beautiful, messy, passionate story unfolds. I truly hope they can find their way through the darkness and build a loving home for Wiley, Amelia, and perhaps a new little miracle. It just goes to show that in life and in love, the story is never truly over as long as there is still a spark of hope left burning.